All right, what's up, guys? Um, this is my first Zoom call on my new laptop. Um, so bear with me. I'm going to be going over trading, um, prop firms, and trading view mostly. I'm mostly going to be looking at trading view. So let me see if I can figure this out, how to share my screen. I have not used Zoom before on this laptop. This is my first time. So let me see. Um, if I do, so if I'm on Safari, all right, and then I exit this out, I'm on here. All right, it should work. Open system settings. It's wanting me to open system settings, bro. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna go for it. You know how it happens when you start something new, you gotta like set up all the settings and everything. Can you guys see my screen? Center stage. All right. All right. Desk view. All right. I don't know. This is a new laptop. No way. This is so cool. So this is a brand new 2025 I what's it called? iMac or no, MacBook. It's a MacBook Pro. Okay, let's go back. I don't know how this works. It's a MacBook Pro. Oh, look, a background. I like that. That's pretty cool. Um, so what I'm wanting to do here, am I recording this? Okay, so I am recording this. Okay. I used to do Zooms all the time, and I haven't, of course, used Zoom yet on this laptop. I just got this laptop about a week or two ago, about 2 weeks ago, and I just got a new prop firm challenge as well, which I'm trading. Okay. Oh, there we go. It's right here. See, it just needed to load. So I want to show you my charts. All right, here we go. All right, so um this week I got a couple setups. It's not even my username anymore, so I'm not sure why it says that. I'm not sure why it says that, but I was gonna change my username on this um to Gold Gap Founder. I think that's gonna be my username. I literally changed my username. Uh oh, so much. It's popping my back, bro. That shit was crazy. So I haven't made a video in like 2 months. Actually, that's not true. I did make a couple videos in July. I did not upload them. I have not uploaded since June. So it's been about 2 months. I did make a couple videos. I have sort of evolved from making FaceTime videos with my phone like this. This is my phone, by the way. I have the red. What kind of phone is this? I don't even know, dude. It's relatively new, I think. So this is an iPhone 14. This is an iPhone 14, and I have red. I call it the Pikachu background, red Pikachu. Wait, why is it Pikachu? Pikachu's yellow. No, it's Pikachu, Superman Pikachu. I don't remember. It's a nickname. I don't even know, dude. But what I will say is I've changed my username a lot of times. I was using a Chromebook, so it was like a $50 laptop. 60 no, it was like $100 or something. It didn't really have that much features. It was very slow, and I couldn't even hop on Zoom on there. So it did its job. I did a couple prop firms with that laptop and didn't do so well on those. Did pretty well for a while, but then it didn't work out. how I wanted it to. Um, we did have about we did over $600,000 in prop firm challenges, which of course only costs about $2,000. We did that last year, and we had them. We had one of them in profit, $10,000, $15,000 in the challenge. We didn't end up passing the challenge. Also, we were unemployed. We were unemployed at the time. So someone that's made a good amount of money trading. Trading was at one point in time my main source of income, and it was my career when I was a little bit younger. And so I just never thought I would ever need to get a job again. And I ended up having to get a job at one point. And I've had several jobs the last 3 years. I've had a lot of jobs. I've had 5 or 10 different jobs, and it took a while for me to find what I was looking for. But anyway, I have some more money, so I'm able to put it into trading. And so I was able to get this laptop. I got this phone, I got this laptop. So I do have some resources, and I got TradingView Pro. I just got TradingView Pro. No, I'm not going to update Zoom yet. I will update it later. But I did want to go over the charts and make this video maybe like an hour long, maybe even 2 hours long. I'm not really sure how. I do have really fast upload and download speed. This is a really nice laptop. It's the brand new one. So there's only one laptop that's more expensive than this, and that's the MacBook Pro. This is the brand new MacBook Pro 2025, which is like $1,400. This one was $1,000. So, and I got it on sale. So, and then I got the warranty, so it ended up being like 1,100. Got minus 150 plus 200, so it was like 1,050. Which I think it's a good investment. I think it's going to make me money, and I really just needed the features. There's a lot. I was also working on a cartoon a while back, and I just had a storyline script. Not to get off the topic of trading, but I had a storyline, and I couldn't really do anything with it because I didn't have the software. So I had to stop, and I was unable to continue. So that's something you might see. I might do at some point, but that's kind of a side project. I'm really going to focus more on trading. I also did a lot of freestyling and music last year. Didn't even have FL Studio, which I do have now, which I got to figure out how to use that. This is kind of a laptop review, but also I was going to go over the charts. That's kind of the main focus. So this is the charts. I think trading is the main focus. Most of my followers on Instagram and YouTube both know me from trading. So I'm going to move my camera to the middle. And that way, if I look at myself, I'm not looking to the right or the left. I'm looking at the middle, which is right where the camera is anyway. So I won't even be able to tell that I'm looking at myself. So anyway, or I could put it all the way to the left. Now I'm going to put it in the middle. That's crazy. Okay. But I can't see part of, nah, you got to put it, it's in the way. All right. Gosh dang it. Okay. Wait a second, bro. Hold on. Let me put this at the bottom. So I have to put that at the bottom. I put that. Okay. That should be. Nah, I'm going to put it to the right. Okay. All right. Okay. So here's what's going to happen, right? First thing first, DXY. Last week, matter of fact, and I'm in drawdown right now. So I'm actually in drawdown in my prop firm, which is kind of annoying because I literally had the correct bias last week and I really should have been in profit. I ended up last week minus 1.6%. And I really should have been in profit 3.6%. And I took too many trades. So I actually just stopped trading, even though I had a couple more setups and they would have won. But I ended up taking too many trades and I lost the first ones. So that's kind of what happens if you take 20 trades, you might lose. It's like if you take 10 trades, you might lose 6 out of 10, but I just happen to lose 6 in a row, but I'll win the next 4. Or like, for example, you could lose 9 in a row and you could win 10 in a row and then 9 in a row. And it's not likely, but it could happen. So anyway, last week, if I do I'm pretty sure I have the back test tool, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure I have the back test tool. I do. Okay, perfect. This is perfect. Okay, so I'm on the daily chart right now. This was last week. So last week, I was actually looking. Wait, that's July 23rd. Okay, hold on. That was not last. Wait, no. That was not last week. That was 2 weeks ago. So 1 second here. Last week would have been. Let me erase this. So last week was, and if you can look at the news, there was FOMC on Wednesday. and it's not showing up, which is really weird. What day is it today? Oh, it's only August 5th. Okay. I'm tripping, bro. Last week was July 23rd. Really? I feel like there's missing a week, bro. Oh no, here it is. Yeah, I was like, what the hell? All right, here it is. July. Okay, yeah, here it is. Okay, FOMC. So as you can see, if you can't, it's right there. And then okay, here we go. It's taking me back. I used to do Zooms all the time, my friends. Clear all my drawings. Okay. So now let me show you guys. I was looking for market reversal, midweek market reversal. So I study. Obviously, I was in IM Academy for a couple years, and I learned smart money concepts. I was studying Trade House, Zach and Jordan, but also ICT. Well, as we all know, ICT, Michael J. Huddleston. Concepts. One of his concepts that he talks about is being able to mark the high of the week, the low of the week, and the open and the close of the week. And basically, you're using confluence, and I'll show you in the chart here in a second. Of let's say market starts the week aggressively bullish, okay. And one thing he talks about is if it's aggressively bullish Monday, Tuesday, likely on Wednesday you're going to see it sell. And so market was extremely bullish on the DXY on Monday, Tuesday, and I was expecting FOMC to be a sell. And I thought it was in a pretty good zone, and it just wasn't ready yet. And so I actually ended up losing. It was such an obvious trade. I entered a little bit early on all USD pairs. So I was right, but it just didn't work out. Like I just entered early. So I'm trying to push play here. Yeah. Okay. So let me try to find it here. Last week, which I was really looking to just get a nice 2 to 3% on my challenge. No big deal. So last week started right here on this candle. And so honestly, I did prop firms. But before I even get into this, just a little bit about me. I did make my first 6 figures trading back in 2019. And I also had over a $200,000 prop firm funded back in 2020. And then I took about a year or two off trading. And then I came back to trading, also working a job. So I I made enough money that I had savings that I pretty much lived on my savings. And then I just didn't have enough income. And so I ended up having to get a job so I could fund my trading accounts again and, get an actual consistent income. It seemed like I just peaked and had had an income for only a period of time. It was only a season. It wasn't consistent over several seasons. So this would be my 8th year of trading, I believe. But so pretty much what happened was market opened on it. And so anyway, like before I get into this, so I'm doing a prop firm again. And so this is what I've been trading on. So anyway, I've been trading this new prop firm account as well. And I would say I enjoy working, and there's people that are like, do DoorDash and do stuff like that. And I've done that. Obviously, the goal is to be completely full-time trading again, like I once was. And, I'm still young, so I do believe I'll get the system down. I pretty much have it down. I do believe like there's some minor details I can fix, and like there's certain things I need to track and I need to get some experience and like probably not take so many breaks. It's kind of hard to stay consistent when you take a lot of breaks. Also, I just didn't have the laptop. My old laptop broke. I had a nice laptop in 2018, not 2019. It broke in like 2022, and I didn't have a laptop for like 2 years. That was kind of difficult to trade with when you only have a phone. I was traveling a lot, and it's like just wasn't a good environment to trade in. I didn't really have my setup how I wanted to. So anyway, now 28. I just turned 28. I failed a challenge earlier this year because of time limit. Believe it or not, I was negative 1% after a month of trading, and actually it was 2 months of trading, and I went inactive for too long. So I didn't trade for a full month, and they inactivated my account. And I was like, I didn't even lose. I was like, I started the account and I lost minus 1% immediately. And I was just like, maybe I'm not ready. I'm just going to wait a month or two, trade demo, or just not even trade yet. Cause I was like, at that point, I was like looking for a job anyway. And I was like, I don't even feel comfortable trading when I don't even have an income coming in. It's like, how do you trade without even an income like a job? So it was like, it's very difficult to do. Back in the day, I just really got lucky, but also I was just in the right place at the right time. And I just really capitalized on the opportunity. But um, there was a while where trading was my main income, but I also had residual income from my academy. So that was also helping fund my trading if I ever messed up. So that was kind of the case. But now it's the case, having a job, it's like I know I can comfortably refund my accounts. Like obviously I don't want to blow my account. I want to like just pass the first one and just withdraw, get a payout. That's the goal here. I'm in a couple trades right now, which I'll show you here in a minute. I do feel pretty good about the dollar going down right now. And I do believe it'll go all the way down here to 97.6. And I do believe it's in the middle of the week right now. Last week was NFP. NFP made the drop on gold. FOMC actually pushed it higher. So let me show you guys. Last week was right. FOMC was right here. And so I was looking to the left. I was like, okay, maybe, these highs right here will get taken out. And so it was like somewhere in this candle. And I was like, it's probably going to be a sell right here. I tried to sell it right there. And obviously I got stopped out. It went a little bit higher. And then right before NFP, that was the high of the week. And then it dropped really hard to end the week. And so unfortunately, I wasn't in any trades when that actually made the drop. And I actually ended up losing because I was in early. And I'll show you exactly where I was last week, what I entered on and why I entered. And I was actually trading order blocks with midweek reversal with the engulfing candles. So let me show you why I entered. I got all my confirmations as well. And so I do believe I have a good edge over the market. And I just happened to be one of those times where it loses. And so it just happens like a lot of times, like there's only three things that can happen. One is it's going to go instant profit and then it comes back and hits your break even. Two is it goes instant profit and then it ends up going to your take profit. And then three is it just doesn't even go on profit at all. And you just lose. And so I'm going to have to do some more back testing. But there was a period of time in my trading career when I was back testing a little bit more. I haven't really gotten a chance to fully back test with this back testing tool. I just got TradingView Pro like last week. So that's on my list to do for these next couple months, to do some more back testing and get my rules down really, really well. So let me get off the annotation. Let me go back to the actual chart itself. And so one thing is that I always been trading is liquidity and order blocks. With specifically, I like to trade with daily and weekly order flow. And so that's one thing ICT talks about is the daily order flow. So like, for example, like look at the last time a daily order block got played. Look at the last time a weekly order block got played and realize that and the 4 hour as well, weekly, daily, and 4 hour, and realize when that plays out, it's literally most likely, it grabbed all the money right there. So you're pretty much looking for continuations after that. You're not looking like let me show you an example. Like for example, right here, right? I actually entered a buy right here on this gold trade and I got instant profit 300 pips. So, and then my take profit. So I actually lost this trade. So I'm going to have to go back and look exactly what happened. I may have not entered initially and I entered late, possibly. I'm going to have to check. But I always do this. I always put my buy limit at the top of this order block and then I put the stop loss below the low. And so as you can see, it literally went instant profit, but it only went instant profit about 1-to-1. So it didn't actually go to my take profit. My take profit was, I want to say it was up here. So like up here, like a swing trade. And so gold, what happened was, I think I didn't go break even. So I ended up taking a loss on this. And so what really sucks about this is like, this is why like you think you're going to win and then you lose and it kind of sucks. I may have actually, I don't think I entered there. I might have, bro. I might have though, but I definitely entered here. And so what happened was if you go back on the back testing tool, let's say markets like, and this is what happened. Like this is literally what happened live. Market was right there and it was Friday. So let me move forward a little bit. So do I push play or how do I do this? Where's the button? I got to make sure I know where the buttons are. Hold on one second. So bar replay. No. Yeah, exit. Okay, so anyway, I'm on the 4 hour. Market was like right um oh my gosh, the Zoom tab and then the trading tab are both like I got to pick one or the other. And so this was like a really good trade. I was very confident about this trade. I almost wanted to double lot this trade, which I actually, oh my gosh, I did double lot it and I lost both instead of going break even. So this is one of those stupid things that I do sometimes. That's is why I'm in negative. Is why I'm in drawdown right now, and it kind of sucks because I literally should not be in drawdown at all. And I'll show you why. And you will listen to me explain, and you will be like, "Bro, you should be in profit 3% right now." But I'm actually in drawdown 2%, and it's like when stuff like that happens, it's like it's really annoying. But it's a learning lesson nonetheless. Is what happened was I went instant profit and then off the buy limit. And so let's say like before it even happens, obviously hindsight is 2020, oh, I would have seen that, right, or whatever. But let's say price was right here. Okay. I'm looking at, I was like, okay, it looks like it's gonna buy, but I'm like, wait a second, it's not on my order block yet. Also, it's not Wednesday yet. So I was like, okay, let me mark this up. Wednesday was right here. FOMC was that black line. And then I was like, it's probably going to buy. My guess was it's going to buy at that order block for FOMC and then maybe NFPs or reentry, right? And so we obviously look left. It went a little bit lower, and I may have had it marked. It ended up going down. I mean, it kind of already got hit though, but it like barely missed it. So it's like that's where it went down to this 2 hour order block. And so um I actually did not take a single trade on Thursday or Friday that week. I took two losses on Monday, Tuesday, and then I took four in a row on FOMC. Two of them, which is stupid, by the way, two of them were on gold, and one of them was on USD CAD, one of them was on USD Swiss. And they all three of them did exactly what I marked up, and I would have won all three of them. And I should not have taken a single loss that week. So what I learned was I'm a little bit too trigger happy sometimes early in the week. And sometimes I got to be a little bit more patient and be willing to miss the trade to wait for the actual A plus setup. Like if I would have bought gold right here, that's like a B setup. It's like it could go up right there, but it's like, why would it go up there on Monday? You know what I mean? Why would it make the move of the week on Monday? That makes no sense. It's going to fake you out on Monday. It's obvious. It always does this. And I back tested over the last 2 years, and the amount of times where I caught the high of the week and or the low of the week was almost stupendous. The amount of times that I caught the high or low of the week, and most of the times it's both, and yet I didn't get a payout. And it's just mind blowing to me. It's like how I was this close to making a $10,000 payout, which would have set me up to reinvest and get a bigger account size, which would have then got me a 30,000 payout. And I realized my mistake was I'm thinking too big of numbers. I got to get like a $2,000 payout a couple times and then scale up from there. Like I literally was getting so far ahead of myself. And that's literally why I messed myself up. I was actually getting way too ahead of myself. So anyway, what I'm looking at here is obviously so it made a move before FOMC, guys. And this is where it's kind of sketchy. Was gold was already in profit from this move when FOMC hit. So as you can see, black line is FOMC, or it's pretty close. It's somewhere in this area. I entered right here. I was in profit already. And so what happened was it dropped instantly. This doesn't even look okay. So here's what happened. That doesn't even look right. And so this actually did hit break even. And what happened was I entered, there was another order block lower. Let me show you. Because I remember I gotta go. It's like, was it this one? So I entered off of was it this order block 33.24? No, it's like this. It was this candle right here, 32.89. So there must have been some candle that I entered off of. Yeah, it was this order block right here, this yellow zone. So I entered right here off of this. I put an order block right there, and so it ended up coming down to here. So it's like that yellow zone. So I'm going to show you, like I'm trying to highlight it so you guys can see it. It's the red line. So the red line is where my entry was for FOMC. Okay. So it literally did go down there. It went in profit a little bit, and then it completely tanked my stop loss. And this is what sucks, guys. This is what sucks. My goal, and if I just erase this whole thing, okay, I entered right here, guys. And I took my stop was there. My take profit was only right there, dude. Like that was my trade. Okay. And look what happens, guys. It just barely hits my stop loss. I literally probably should have re-entered right there. And it was a Wednesday. It was right after FOMC. Why did I have to go to work that day or something? Like I gotta make sure I'm not working during news, bro. Like this is too big a money opportunity. But anyway, I could have easily entered off this engulfing candle right at the order block and then taken my take profit right here. This would have been a 1 to 5 setup right there. That should have happened. I took an L right there. That's gold. That was one of my losses last week. Now check this out. You're gonna be pissed when you see this. You're gonna be pissed for me when you see this. Okay. So that was gold. 4 out of my 4 losses. Okay. My 4 losses last week. There's obviously you can see that's an order block. There's liquidity right here. And then so that purple line was this one. And then I got to put, so let me just make sure I did this right. Once again, I got stopped out on GU. So I want to say I entered up here, but it might have been right there. It might have been the same exact thing that happened. Let me just double check if I even remember what happened exactly. I had some other order block that I looked at that was, this is the 4 hour. Okay. It was on the 1 hour. So if you guys don't know what an order block, I think most of you guys know what an order block is. If you're watching this, most likely. There was an order block that I was playing. It was premature and it just didn't play out. And now that I'm looking at it, I think I could be a little bit more patient, maybe take 3 trades a week instead of going for 6. I should not have taken 6 losses in 1 week. It's really ridiculous. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I entered like, I don't know, right here, somewhere in there. And my stop loss was probably like right there. Take profit was like right there. Okay, that was my trade. Once again, stop, sit out, goes. And it's just like, you think you trade smart money that you shouldn't get stopped out like that. And it happened. I'm actually in gold and GU and EU all right now. I'm in a buy right now. So I'm actually entering. I'm probably shouldn't be in these trades right now. So I'm just, probably shouldn't be, but I'm in low lot. So I justify it with myself. If I lose all these trades again, I'm just gonna just zoom out, man, and just slow it down. But I'm just being transparent to be honest with you. So USD JPY, I was calling a sell. Now mind you guys, before all this happened, think about on Monday. I marked this up on Monday. Okay. Price is right there. And I'm looking to the left. I'm like, where is USD JPY going? And so you mark up, okay. Oh, you should have seen EuroCAD. I marked up, I think, maybe this order block right here. I was like, okay, that red line, maybe it goes above this high right here. Maybe it goes above this high. Let's mark another red line. So USD JPY probably going to go to one of those red lines. Maybe at the most, it goes to this purple line. This daily order block. It didn't go up there. So obviously you'll see. Oh, I think I did mess it up. Okay, no, okay. So I was like, red line, it already went there. Maybe it goes higher, higher red line. So anyway, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking to the left. Where is it gonna stop, right? And so it ended up moving. I think I sold it right before FOMC. So let me just double check. And this is like, I sold it right here. So FOMC was Wednesday at 12. So it would have been right here. I sold it somewhere in this area on this red line. And like my justification was, like it looked pretty good. I thought it looked pretty good. And what realistically happened was, look to the left. It has this liquidity, right? It has this liquidity. And so it ended up being a break and retest. So it was a bullish break and retest and it wasn't ready yet. Comes up NFP. It's just like, oh my God, dude. And you see what happens in 1 hour, it drops 150 pips. And I'm selling. Now, mind you guys, I sold maybe I don't even know, dude. Right here, probably like right here. It goes instant profit, but it didn't. That was probably my entry. It didn't work out. USD Swiss also sold a little bit early. I think I sold early. And obviously, it's like, I mean, why am I entering? It's like, you shouldn't be taking these losses. Why are you entering? You shouldn't be taking random losses like that. And so I was looking over here. I'm like, is that a fair value gap? Whatever. And then like, okay, might go up to here to that line right there. That little candle. Where does it go? To the pip, bro. Like when I say to the pip, like you guys see the open of this wick. Up, it goes up, and then it goes boom. And I actually, and this is the one, and I'm not going to sit here and do pity party. Obviously, we've all had losing days and weeks trading, and hopefully you don't have that many. But I literally had a sell limit, and I deleted it. And it's all good, bro. It's all good. But anyway, let me go back to normal. Let me go back, and I'll show you. So I'll show you my balance is at 97,665. Okay. So I have not taken this. I did take a winning trade and a winning trade. They're like basically break evens. Obviously, I don't want to show like too much of myself. So I don't know if I should be even showing this, but this account is in drawdown. And so what happened was like, I'm taking, but the thing is, I'm not really over trading. I'm taking small losses. They're not really big losses. It's just that when you trade the US dollar and you trade UJ, you say USD JPY, USD CAD, USD Swiss, gold, GU, and EU, all GBP USD and USD all at the same time, all 6 of them. Okay. And what happened was I took a break even on 2 of them. I took a loss on 2 of them, and I double lotted on 1 of them. And so I ended up losing like 4 all at once. And that's you're losing 1% in a day. So obviously right now I can take 3 wins and I'm back to break even, because I did have to lower my lot size a little bit, and I'll show you the trade I'm in. I'm actually in, let me see. I'm in USD Swiss sell right now. I'm believing that it's off a 4-hour order block. It's just going to continue down. Also, this candle closed below this low, which showed me bearish. It closed clearly below the low, came back up, gave it a bearish tweezer bottom or tweezer top, and then so I'm actually in a sell right now. I do believe it's likely going to drop down here in this area, somewhere in here, somewhere in this area. It could, and I do have a sell limit right here as well. I'm probably in too many trades. Someone, if you know more than me and you think I'm doing something wrong, let me know. Let me know what you think in the comments of some of these trade setups. You think I'm too aggressive, too conservative, too many trades, not enough trades, too impatient? What are you thinking so far? Because what I was doing last year that worked really well for me, although it was only a challenge account, it wasn't a funded account. So but I had a good 6-month run with that account, and I was in profit after 6 months. And so, yeah, I'll take the 10,000 profit. That's an extra income to my job. I'll take it, right? But it wasn't funded, so that's why I got a 1-phase evaluation. So it's actually ongoing. Rules are. I literally have not won a single trade, by the way, guys, and I've actually have not won a single trade. I took a partial profit once, as you can see right here, and then I think this was a partial profit also. Never had a full win on this account yet. I've been trading 5 days, which is insane. And what's insane, like I showed you, I literally called the gold buy and the USD Swiss sell. The USD CAD sell also was playing. Where did it go? I tried to sell that order block. I tried to sell this order block, and I got a sell limit, and I lost. As you can see, it just sucks because, it's because these are those trades when you're taking 1-3 to 1-4 risk reward ratios, you can afford to enter early, lose, and then re-enter and win. And you can re-enter twice. And that's what I should have done. But the problem with and the reason why I didn't re-enter, guys, is because I already had hit my max loss for the week that I was willing to risk. So I actually only lost 1.6% because I cheated and I closed early. I didn't let it hit stop loss because I knew it was going to hit stop loss. If I would have let it hit stop loss, I would have lost 2%, but I only lost 1.6. My max loss in 1 week is 2%. So I hit my max loss. And even though the next 3 trades I would have taken, all 3 would have won, I would have been in profit plus 1% on the week, which would have happened if I would have taken those other 3. But if I would have lost all 3, I would have been minus 3%, past my max weekly loss. So I have to stay with my rules. So that's why I didn't enter. So like I'm justified in why I didn't enter, why I didn't get in. DXY looks bearish. There's not really major news this week. There is some news, but it's not like it's insane news. But I show you this. Obviously, like you can see my email. I didn't really like that. Obviously I don't think anyone's gonna try to steal my account, but it could happen. I mean, just if you're gonna steal my account, just tell me and we'll trade it together. You know what I mean? Like just, hey, I'll take a trade on your account. You don't even have to do it secretly. I'll just give you the password. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're one of my closer friends, I'll just give you the password and vice versa. So and I've had people give me their password all the time. So it's not that big of a deal if we know each other. You know what I mean? But I'm not really liking GU. I mean, GU, I think it's just going to slow climb and grow and not going to give you an entry. I do have a buy limit set. I'm already in and I have a buy limit. So I'm taking 2 shots at GU, buy now and buy limit. I'm taking both. Euro USD, buy now and buy limit. Same thing with gold, buy now, buy limit. My buy is like I bought like back here, but it hit my break even and I had to re-enter. And what I'm liking is gold is I really just doubt it drops lower than this right here. It's probably going to bounce off of this order block and go. I'm in double lot on this trade, so it'll be 2 wins, which I shouldn't be double lot, but I am. And I'm going to take it up to here, 1.1 to 4, and I'm going to sell right on this order block. I think it's going to sell right there. I'm in a lot of trades, but it's like if I win 5 in a row right now, all my losses are wiped. Like, and that can happen. I win 5 in a row all the time. So I've actually in my entire 8-year career, the most losses I've ever had in a row is 13. That is in my entire career, not counting over leverage, revenge trade, 5 lotting it, 10 lotting it. Obviously, you can't account for that. And that's why I don't do that anymore, because you can't mathematically track that. You can't track when you do that. So the most losses, like just normal loss, 13 in a row. And so, by the way, 13 in a row. Let me break that down, how I got 13 losses in a row, because as you know, it was really like 5 or 6. But how does 5 or 6 losses in a row? You just had a bad 2 weeks. And that shit can happen. You entered earlier in the wrong mindset. You entered, you re-entered, you closed early, you took a loss, you re-entered again, took a loss. And it's like, I don't do that anymore, but I used to do that, where I was like, I think it's going to be a buy. And then wait, no, it's a drawdown. Close it. No, it's going back up. I'm gonna re-enter. And it's like, okay, seriously, like you're still doing that. Like, and so believe it or not, I would do that. And like my account was still in profit. Okay. Because I'm still winning enough trades. I'm still winning enough trades where I can mess around and do that. And I'm still in profit overall. But it's like, why wipe that extra couple percent you could have had? And so that's what I did with a 100K account. I've had 2 things happen. Okay. One, and you're going to be mind blown. 100K prop firm. I had it to 110,000 in profit, which is you pass. Okay. And then I went down. Okay. Because I didn't have the minimum trading days. And I went all the way down to 98,000 after being in profit. Like, how do you do that? Like, are you that stupid? Right. Another time I went all the way down to 90,100, brought it all the way back up and passed and got a funded account, 200K. So anyway, that was back when I was a little bit more immature. That was like 3 years into trading. I'm 8 years in now. I just don't do that anymore. I'm always risk management. Look at like my accounts in drawdown. I'm down 2.5%. You're not that good of a trader if you're down 2.5%. No, it's like, it could happen, bro. Like it definitely can happen. Like I just showed you exactly how I was literally right, but I was wrong. Like I was right on USD CAD. It just was a little bit early. Do that 4 times and you're only risking 0.5%. You're down 2% already. Like I'm only risking 0.3% though. So I had a couple extra room for error. So like you can lose 6 in a row, bro. Like that can happen, especially if you enter all at once, like I did. I was like, I'm gonna sell USD and buy XX USD. All at once. I took 6 trades at once. And it's like, not only do I have 6 trades entered, I have 6 other pending orders that could hit at any moment. I don't even know. So I literally can't take more trades. I had to delete my pending orders. And even though like this is like a worst case scenario, I just hit my worst case scenario and I only lost 2%, guys. Like, think about that. That's a pat on the back. Like, your worst case scenario happened. Like, God forbid, and you only are down 2%. Like, that's a good week. Like, if I'm only lost, and I only lost 1.6%. And so I've already lost 2 trades this week, also, which I can't even tell you what it was on. I've been needing to make this Zoom call and do a little bit of back testing. I kind of prematurely bought this challenge because I haven't traded in a couple months, but I gotta like get back into it because I was focusing on getting a job. I was unemployed, so I'm like, I don't want to trade without a job. So I was like, I got a prop firm, but I can't really trade it yet. So I'm like, I even got Social Security, bro. Like I never thought I would go that far. To where I got to get food stamps, Social Security. It's like, damn, it's like I just couldn't get a job, bro. I tried so long, couldn't get a job. Finally got one, so I'm getting paid. You know, blessings on that. Um, you know, it's not New York session. I got to get my trading plan a little bit more clear, plain sight, printed out without blowing this account. Hopefully, although the platform's only $300 to fund, I realistically could refund that every once a month or once every 2 or 3 weeks if I had to, but I don't want to. I'm about to get an apartment in a couple months, so I'll put extra money into my prop firms, but I would prefer to just pass this first challenge. Okay, let me finish the sentence. Pass this challenge, get it funded, get a payout, then buy a second account. I had a 600K going at once, guys. No job, no income. 600K and 200K accounts. I mean, it was 200K accounts going at once. I'm like, I'm about to drop 20. I'm about to get a 20,000 payout, boy, 30K. You know, and I just didn't pass the challenges. I should have only traded one of them at a time, and I don't know why I traded all 3. It was just greed. I was just getting impatient, not having money, and I was just like, but I was so close. Like, anyway, I was like, I can definitely get back to 600K again. But I think gold's gonna drop a little bit, and then it's gonna enter. GU might just straight climb. I'm probably gonna go break even soon. EU is climbing. I'm in profit on both of those. USGPY, I'm in profit on the sell. USG Swiss, I'm in profit on the sell. It's just one of those times where I just think it's just not going to give you a re-entry. Like it's just, I've just seen enough charts where I just know like a lot of times when it gives you the entry, it just doesn't give you a re-entry. But I'm willing to take a loss because if I lose this trade, and I entered right there, by the way, I entered right there and I took a 1 to 3. I think I'm down. Like it's like that. That's my trade. I'm like slightly in profit. If I lose this trade, I'm actually I have a sell limit right here. So I'm just going to get right back in. And then my take profits in the same place. It's like right there. It's actually a 1 to 4, a little bit better. So I risk 250. So this is how I do it, guys. Like this is literally what I do. And this is how I lost 6 in a row and I'm still only down 2%. Minus 250, which I had to drop my loss. I started off 333. I was risking 333, but now I'm risking 250 because I had to lower it a little bit because I'm in drawdown. So this one is minus 250. And then this is because it's 1 to 4 plus 1,000, assuming you close the whole profit at once. That's another variable you got to consider. If you take partial loss or partial, profit, it doesn't really count as a full trade. So USD CAD, same thing. I had someone, one of the chats was buying USD CAD and I also bought it. It went instant profit, but it came back down. To me, like this is an order block technically, but it's on the 1 hour and it did make a move off this. And this is one of those things like order blocks, you can be wrong and it's still going to give you 30 pips. And that's the thing. Like this is one of those times where, you know, your take profit might've been, maybe you put it right there, didn't quite get there. It goes instant profit, you know, and that's probably what he entered off of. It came back down. He went 50 pips in profit, came back down. Now it's just hanging out. When it does that, like if it's a higher time frame, like daily or maybe weekly, and it's consolidating like crazy in that zone, yeah, it's probably going to eventually pop. Especially crypto does that a lot. Bitcoin does that a lot. I will show you right now. Bitcoin does that all the time. And I think XRP as well. So like on the weekly time frame or not, I'll do daily. So okay, that's not the best chart. It's not showing past 2025. So um, but if you see the consolidation, it's what they call accumulation, right? So let me give you an example, right? A little bit lower, a little bit lower. Yeah, right here. This is a perfect example right here. So this, I was actually trading live when this happened. This was in 2023. Okay, 2023. Bitcoin, if you look back to the left, it had dropped all the way down to six. I guess that's not. I mean, this is the daily, so 16,000. It had already hit the high of 70,000, whatever. It came all the way back down to 16,000. It was climbing up again, as you can see. And then what happened was it creates this order block daily time frame. Okay, this is daily time frame. Now what happens is, as you can see, it goes instant profit, but then it comes back down to entry, and then it consolidates. It consolidates. Why is it doing that? Is it not going to go? And then it just wicks down. It just literally it grabs those stop. This is so good, guys, right here. This is gold right here. I'm going to show you the same exact thing happened on, I think it was USD CAD, the other way around. So it hits your order block. So first of all, before it hits your order block, let's not even start. First this is Mike Navarrete, IM Academy. Okay, first thing first, we are in a market of higher highs and higher lows. That's first thing first. Like, let me just start there. This is a higher low. This is a higher high. This is a higher low. This is a higher high. This is a higher low. And as you guys can see, this is what an uptrend is. This is where it's extra confirmation. And then what happens is a short-term high is made. And this is how you know it's going to be bullish, right? This traded every confirmation in the world right here. It breaks out of this high. This candle closes above. And then what happens is, okay, this is what you're looking for. By the way, if this happened, I would immediately mark this candle as an order block. And I would immediately put a buy limit right there. And I would immediately, this is how I would trade this. I would put a buy limit right there. I would put the profit above the high, maybe at the 1 to 6. I mean, probably just put it right there, and that's fine. But maybe you draw the fib, and you're doing the 16038 or whatever it is. This is a 88 fib actually. So take it to the 038, negative 038. Maybe you take it to right there, 1 to 6. And so just to zoom in and like I'm gonna get rid of the fib just because it's kind of in the way, and that's not the point. The point is this: it starts to exactly what you want to see. It starts to consolidate on the lower time frame. Okay. Now I could zoom in, and I don't know if it'll let me go back that far, but I'm on the daily time frame. This is a daily order block, so it's mitigating. It's grabbing daily order flow. There's money here, and so it goes instant profit. If you had a break even set, it hits your break even. Okay. If you just let it breathe, what happens is it makes equal lows, okay, or a W. And so in this, people are buying their stop losses right here, okay? Or if you're smart, your stop loss is under this wick, but some people put their stop loss there. And what does it do, guys? It stop hunts right here, and then it takes off, and then it doesn't come back, guys. Look how far it goes. It doesn't come back. Where did it go? It went to 100K, guys. So this actually happens a lot. This is another thing I trade. It's called liquidity. Liquidity sweep candle confirmation, guys. This is something that I trade to make over 6 figures in the market, and I've had a dry couple years, to be honest with you. And I think just immaturity, and I think honestly I took a break though, so I don't know. I think I just thought money was evil for a while or something. I don't want to make an excuse, but I'm trading now pretty well. I think I'm going to pass this challenge. But this is what I would trade. This candle right here, candle confirmation. This is a hammer candle, Japanese candlestick pattern, super liquidity, and then it goes. How long? So it happens a lot, but that was Bitcoin. USD CAD, I'm pretty sure it did that on the smaller time frame. Yes, it did. Or no, it was USD Swiss. Yeah, it was USD Swiss. So the order block actually started on the higher time frame on USD Swiss. I'm gonna show you to the left. Okay. The USD Swiss order block was right here, the bottom one. The bottom, that's the body of the candle, okay? The bottom red line. And so what happened was it was already in the order, like the order block was a date or weekly, so it was actually this entire zone. So what happens is it's a weekly order block. It's not just going to go to the pip and wick it and go down. That would happen on the 1 hour or the 30-minute. But on the weekly, what happened is a lot of times it consolidates like this, makes the equal high, and then it goes like this, stop punch, then goes. And so that's what happened on the smaller time frame. USD CAD kind of did that, but not really, but kind of did that. It happens sometimes. Gold, I could go back in history of gold and I'll find it, an example. This is actually a perfect example right here. So on gold, I'll take it down. First of all, let me show you to the left. The exact thing I'm talking about is this. So this 4-hour order block, that red line. Okay, and then let me just for like perception here, the open to the 50% of the candle is this yellow zone. So let me take it to like the 30-minute. And so what happens is, as you can see, it gets up to this candle. It gets up to the order block. It consolidates like this. And then it spikes. Then it goes. And then what happens is it will come back up. And then there's like a 15-minute order block right there. Boom. And that's what you want to see. Like, that's the snipe. Like, that's like, if you can snipe this, like, obviously you might be able to catch this like right off the wick. And so sometimes I'll catch the liquidity sweep. And like, what I like to trade is like, I actually genuinely trade candle confirmation, like Japanese candle pattern. Like, that is a tweezer bottom shooting star. And so I would just enter right there. But what you could do if you didn't want to enter there, another thing you could do, and you could do both, and sometimes I'll do all three. Set the limit, enter the candle confirmation, and enter on the reentry. So anyway, it must have been on the 5-minute, but it ends up coming back up. You put like a sell limit right there, try to snipe it, and you might be able to catch like a 1 to 10. Let's take a 1 to 6 right there. And notice like at that point on the higher time frame, that price had barely moved. And it actually ends up, if you would have held, which you probably wouldn't have held the whole time, but even if you did, you could have caught literal 1 to 20. Like that's how like when I'm talking like, and this is, guys, pay attention to this right here. Okay. This is literally, I believe this exact setup will make me millions of dollars someday when I scale up. I genuinely believe this right here will make me $1 million, 1000%. And even if it doesn't, even if it makes me, and it will eventually over years, but I think even if I'm making high 6 figures, 200 to 300K a year, I think is a realistic goal with this. Even if it starts off with 50K a year, 30K, it's just the setup doesn't change. But what I'm sharing with you is like, imagine, like, think of everything. Okay. Before you just buy or sell, what are you looking at? Like, first of all, what day of the week is this happening, guys? And swear to God, the midweek reversal. I call it the 4 confluence weekly holy grail. This is my strategy, guys. The 4 confluence weekly holy grail. So market open. So mind you, put in perspective, okay? The week before, market opens right here. And this is ICT, guys. Give the credit to ICT. And then market closes right here. Okay. So low of the week right here, which, as you know, it literally just swept the liquidity and then gave you candle confirmation, and you probably could have bought that. High of the week is right here, and what did it do? It literally just wicked this right here, guys. This is what happens every single week. I swear to God, every single week. High of the week, low of the week, it just sweeps the lower or sweeps high. Anyway, so imagine it's the next week, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, markets, okay, if this just happened, I'm expecting it to go up anyway, but I'm not going to enter. Probably would already be in from last week. Or what I would do, if I were smart, I would put an order block limit right there. I'm just like, maybe price will go down there, whatever. And then I would look up, and then I would put a limit at that yellow zone at the very top. So that's how I would trade this week. if I was trading it live. I would mark this zone, I would mark this zone, and I would wait all week for it to it's either going straight up or straight down on Monday, Tuesday, because midweek reversal, guys. Okay. Midweek reversal. This happened. The high of the week happened. When did it happen, guys? What time? Wednesday, New York session, high of the week. When did the low of the week happen? Thursday, New York session. Okay. So point is, what happens in the next week? Monday, Tuesday. When did this whole thing happen? The high of the week and the entry of the week. It literally happened Wednesday, New York session again, or it's Wednesday, London session. I'll have to zoom in and find out. And so the point is, Monday, Tuesday, sit on your hands, mark up where is likely going to be the high or the low of the week. And does the potential high or low of the week have a confluence of A, a higher time frame order block, B, a liquidity zone, or C, I think that's the main two. Liquidity zone or order block, that's the zone. And then once it gets there, are you a limit at the order block or price action, right? So this is what price action is. Price action is how is it moving. So now, if I were trading this live, you literally could just put a sell, and this is one of those easy wins. Like put a sell limit right there, stop loss right there, take it down to like maybe right there, 1 to 4, you're good for the week. And it's like that would have been instant profit, and you would have won that trade right there. Where did market close that week? It closed right there. So it actually would have hit take profit that whole week. So guys, that's what happened. And then so the next week, market opens right here. Okay. Market opens right here. So the first thing I did when market opened, this is actually what happened last week. I marked this order block and then I marked this order block. That's it. So it's in the middle. It's either going down and then up or up then down. And so what happens is obviously and this is something you got to pay attention to. Sometimes there's a lower one or a higher one, and it might go a little bit further than you think. It hits your order block, goes instant profit, comes back down, whatever happens. 4-hour order blocks aren't as smooth as dailies, but they still work. And so it still went instant profit. It doesn't mean it was a false order block. It doesn't mean it's not an order block. It is sometimes it happens. And maybe there's a study or a science to why that is, but I still would enter this 10 out of 10 times and I go instant profit, break even. So that's gold. Noticing that where did the low of the week? The low of the week was right here. Where was it? It was right here. Like if you look to the left, it was underneath this low. And then where was the high of the week? And as you can see, market ended up closing like somewhere around right here. And so we know the last move that gold made was on bullish 4-hour order flow, okay, which is the low of the week. So when market opens right here, I'm not selling it. I'm not selling it at all until it gets up here. So if it drops, like, let's say, for example, like if it drops to here, I'll buy it. Let's say it drops further and it drops like down here somewhere. I'll just be looking to buy it. And I'm not selling it. I really just don't think it's likely that, and I'll erase all this, that it sells before it gets this daily order block. It's just not likely. Sometimes it'll just barely miss it. Like, for example, it actually got pretty close, guys. It actually hit the wick. So it might drop from here. It's actually possible. So it hit the wick of the daily order block. So it could drop from here. But what you see is another daily order block on the bullish side right there. So we might be seeing a little ping pong action. It might actually drop here. It might hit my stop loss right here, come here, hit my buy limit, and then come hit my take profit. Hopefully, I'm not over trading here, and I might be over trading a little bit. I probably have too many entries, but I need to clean it up. Last year, and by the way, like I said, I took 3 months off, and this is my second week back. So I'm a little sloppy, as you can see. But last year when I traded 6 months in a row, I had a really good streak of only taking 1 to 3 trades per week. And I was very accurate on those trades. And so when I took my downfall, and I'll show you actually, guys, that I actually was in profit. And I actually was, not only was I in profit, it shows that I actually passed the challenge, but it didn't count it. So this challenge right here, you'll actually see that I passed the challenge. And so you will see account balance. It started off at 199,000. This was last year. So this was November. This is November 2024 when I lost this account. Right before Christmas, guys. I was gonna give myself a Christmas present. So I started off slightly negative, whatever. I went straight up to 208,000. And then as you can see, I went up to 216,000, back down to 210,000, went all the way up to 222,000 balance. But somehow I didn't pass the challenge, which makes no sense. Maybe the number's wrong, it glitched, but I literally hit 220,000. I should have passed the challenge. And then I take this insane drop all the way down to 206,000 from 220. And this was in only 2 weeks. How does I let that happen? And so if I go back into the trading log and I realize I was over leveraging and max lotting those trades. And so I was literally like, I don't know why I was doing that. Because I was getting excited, getting carried away. Overconfidence, thinking you can't lose. It's just enter again. It's like it's those times where you enter and you're not tracking it. It's like it's very difficult to get into that flow and that rhythm and like be able to track everything how you want to. It's like it takes a lot of discipline, it takes a lot of focus, it takes a lot of patience, and like you have to be doing it for a good amount of time to even understand and comprehend the results you're even going to get anyway. Like you can't do it for like a week or 2 or 3, try to do it. It's like you have to really go out there and back test and be like, I'm going to go back the last 3 months. What would I have done live? 4-hour time frame, 1-hour time frame, 30-minute time frame, and then track where would my main zones be? Order block liquidity. What's my guess for high of the week? And if the high of the week or low of the week happens on Wednesday, London, or New York, and it lines up with the order block or liquidity zone, it's money, bro. It's A+ setup. And so the only thing that messed me up this week was that exact thing happened. FOMC, it just made it move a little bit further before it was ready. Like if there was no FOMC, it would have just moved right there. But it just had to move it a little bit further first. And I'm just like, God damn, that shit pissed me off. But then NFP, it made the move on NFP, bro. That was the high of the week for USD pairs was NFP. And then it just tanked for NFP. So it's all good. It happens, a learning experience. I'm probably going to slow it down a little bit after this week. It's only Wednesday. It's actually about to be London session on Wednesday right now. And gold prices just moved straight up. I wouldn't say it's moved aggressively up, but it's definitely moved up. It definitely looks bullish price action. It doesn't look bearish at all. But it could be faking you out. You never know. It could sweep this low. And it could be a sell. Like it could be exactly the opposite of what you think. Like that, it could actually sell right here because the daily order block right here, it did hit the wick. So it could drop. Like I'm definitely favoring a buy though, but like I said, I'm slightly salty that I didn't get in this trade. So I'm probably like trying to enter too much, a little bit too fast, like live. I'm probably going to slow down, do a little bit of back testing, and then lower my lot size. And then I'm going to grow my account back up. And then we're eventually going to pass this challenge. If we fail, we'll just redo another one. It is what it is. But like, I think I have too many pairs. Like there's a couple of things. I used to just take 2 pairs only. I think I might be FOMOing a little bit. I mean, probably too many pairs at once. Like I probably shouldn't even be in these pairs until there's like an actual decent movement. So anyway, like there's nothing to enter off of. Like it could just USD CAD could literally just slowly go up or slowly go down, but there's like nothing super clean. Like if I would have made like if it makes like a clean move, like let's say New York session tomorrow, it just like it does this and then like maybe it sweeps this high and then it makes a wick like that, I would enter right there, stop loss, take profit, whatever. Like USD CAD could go up and this could be a nice, really deep consolidation for that. And I'm personally favoring a continuation of NFP over a reversal from NFP, but it could go either way. It definitely could go either way. That's why I like to just wait for the A+ setup. Sometimes I would go week or 2 without taking a trade, and then I would take a trade and I would win, and I would be very accurate. And I think you got to look for the higher low of the week. This is very unlikely to be the high of the week, by the way, I would say, but it's possible. Like I could be wrong. Like it's just Tuesday. It didn't go all the way up. I mean, I would expect it to come up here and I would just stay out of it. I shouldn't even be in the trade right now. I should just stay out of it and wait. Part of me is saying this is just such an obvious order block. Why not just put a buy limit right there? I mean, it just looks really clean. It also is making higher highs and higher lows, and it literally just broke out of this high. It literally closed above, and it's coming back down. Like it's going to be a buy limit right there. That's going to be easy win. That's an easy win. You could almost double lot that. I'm not going to be double lotting trades, but I could. GBP doesn't really have an order block. It could come down and wick this, which I would probably not prefer, but it could happen. Euro USD, it looks like it's just going to go from here. It already grabbed this and then it came back. It could come back down, it consolidate, whatever. It's just going to slow growers, guys. Slow growers. It's very unlikely it drops down to here and we get that lucky to buy it again down here at this price. Very unlikely, but it could happen. I just doubt it. It's probably just going to go up. Once Euro USD reaches the top, I might sell it. Same with gold. DXY in perspective, why would the DXY go up from here? It just makes no sense. It dropped, it tanked, it went up, it went really fast up. I'm excited, as you can tell. It hits the gap, it tanks. Maybe it comes up and hits this daily order block and then drops again. That could happen. And that's the perfect situation if it does, guys. And that's what we want to happen. But it's just very unlikely that we get that lucky that it just instant, like, let it make some profit first, right, guys? It's probably going to go down a little bit, maybe consolidate in between, whatever. And then it's going to have to pick down, then up, or up, then down. So at some point, it's going to consolidate. Every pair does this, and you're going to wait for it. It's going to wick. And there was a perfect setup like this last year for FOMC on gold, where it literally had a 15-minute order block right here and right here for a buy and for a sell. And it literally wicked both. It came down, wicked the 15-minute order block. I went instant profit. I over leveraged like a dumbass, but it worked. And then I hit the sell limit and they both had take profit. I had a really good day that day. Perfect situation. Doesn't happen often, but you don't want to over leverage. Never over leverage, guys. No, I'm just kidding. But it's just very unlikely that like gold, I could believe it drops to 3360. I could believe that 1000%. Do I believe it'll sweep this low? Probably not. But if it does sweep that low, it probably will keep going. And that's the thing. You could sell stop that maybe, but I'm not going to sell stop that. But it'll probably, you have, look at the daily, like, I don't, like 33 down here. It's not really a clean order block. Maybe, you take it, maybe you look, it's just price action at that point. You're looking for price action. It's not really a clean order block anywhere in this area. Maybe, I don't know, something about fair value gaps, whatever. It's just, I would love to see it come up here. This is the all-time high, by the way. It's very close to the all-time high. So if it breaks out, it's making a range. Gold is making a range. I would love to see, what do I want to see, guys? Gold might just keep climbing, guys, and we just see it grow forever. Like, if gold comes down here, I'll definitely look for some swing buys on a swing account, for sure. Even if it comes lower, I really just do not see it coming lower than this. I don't think it'll come down here. I really doubt it. But if it does, good for us. It's ranging. It could keep ranging. It's really just going to depend on if it breaks this first or this first. And so this is what ICT calls, and ICT talks about the market algorithm, whatever. This is called the equilibrium, okay, the 50 fib equilibrium. And so I'm putting the 0 at the close of the lowest candle, and I'm putting the 100 or vice versa and 100 at the top. And so the 50 fib is what you're looking for. So once it breaks out, like this is the zone, like this is the consolidation zone. It's been in this zone since, it's only been May, so it's not that long. It's been since May to now. That's like 3.5 months. It's been in this zone. And so if gold breaks above this high, we will be looking for it to retest, and then we're going to buy it. Okay. If gold breaks below this low, we will be looking for it to retest somewhere around the 50 fib. And if there's an order block at the 50 fib, oh my God, guys, this is like A+ money setup. Like If there's an order block at the 50 fib, you're catching this. Like you're not missing this trade. And you're putting your take profit down here, bro, way down there. Like, because it's not going to come back up. So you take an intraday, take profit, you take a swing, double, trade it twice. Okay. 0.25, 0.25, 0.5 total. One intraday, one swing, catch them both. Got to catch them all like Pokemon. So, and by the way, this is every single pair, guys. It's every single pair. So exciting. USD CAD looks pretty good. Pretty good. So this is what I got, guys. This is all I'm really. Does anyone have any? I mean, obviously this is recorded, so my first Zoom in quite a while. So that's what I got, guys, for tonight. That's all I got. Kind of need to sit with better posture. My sleep schedule has been kind of random. I'm hoping to wake up early for New York session and have a good night's sleep. I end up staying up a lot of times, so it's not really happening. I take a nap sometimes, so do the best I can. That's what I see, guys. I think that we will most likely see a consolidation, continuation, slow growers, and then if we get lucky, it'll spike the opposite direction for a reversal candle. So, like for example, like USD CAD, there's a nice 4-hour order block right here. Okay, it's just, are we that lucky for it to come back up there? It's just maybe, but it might be 3 weeks. It might be 3 weeks from now. Like it's probably going to consolidate. Maybe it sweeps this high. If it's like maybe it does that one more time, but it's like it's most likely just going to do this because there's why look to the left. Okay, yes, this is technically a 4-hour bullish order block, technically. And it could, it went instant profit twice, and then still it's like it could bust out here still and bring up. And that could happen. But I don't think it will. But it could. It definitely could happen. It's so funny. Well, look to the left. Like after this order block, it goes lower. Why would this bring it back up? It's just not going to happen. Why would that bring it back up? It's not. It's going to bring it halfway. It's got to come all the way down here or maybe even break this low to get enough money to bring it up that high. Because why, guys? Because the order flow has shifted. Okay. Does that make sense, guys? The order flow. So, we have 4-hour order flow, or no, is it daily? It might be daily. Let me check. So daily, I think it's daily. It actually swept the daily high. It might be weekly. This is weekly order flow on USD CAD. We're close. It actually looks like it got very close to that candle. Didn't quite hit it, but I think that's close enough. The broker difference might be the difference between 4 pips. Let's say it hit the weekly order block, and it went instant profit, guys. So we're in weekly order flow right now. That is a weekly candle. That is a weekly price candle. Like that is a heavy candle. Okay. So why would I try to buy this? It makes no sense because the weekly order flow is bearish. Okay. When's the last time, USD CAD was playing on weekly bullish order flow right here. So this whole region was bullish weekly order flow, guys. And look what happened. Look what happened. Check this out. This is gold, guys. This is gold. Okay. Let me just move back a little bit further. So this can happen on any pair anytime, and this will make you a lot of money. Ice-T says, I've seen a little bit of it. It's all about execution as well. You can spot it, but like, can you execute in live time and not take dumb trades that mess you up? We have a weekly order block for a buy, weekly order block for a sell, guys. What happens? It literally hits both. It comes down here, and for how many pips? Oh, just 200 pips, back down to entry, 200 pips again, back down to entry, and then finally a full 350 pip move. And then once it hits the top, what happens? It instant 100 pips. So it's only moved 100 pips compared to 300 pips. So my logic is it already kind of gave us a spike. Okay. It made small time frame, it made, you could say this is small time frame order block. I would consider this one. And it went to about the 50%. It's a candle. It dropped. It's consolidating. It's just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, whatever. Okay. So I don't really care about this. Now, technically, you could say, and this could be valid. This actually may be a valid point. It hasn't broken this low yet. So it actually has been wicking it. Once it cleanly breaks below, maybe we get lucky and it does one of those. It comes back up. Then we sell there. Maybe that happens. It's just going to depend. It might have to be news that does this. We do have CAD employment on Friday. So if price is sitting up here, I mean, I'm definitely favoring sell, but just because it's excuse me, weekly order flow. We're in weekly order flow, guys. Also, let me show you Euro CAD. I took a very tough loss on Euro CAD last week. I believe it was Euro CAD. Euro CAD was one of my losses last week, believe it or not. Oh my gosh, why does it do that? Okay. I believe I had a buy limit right there. Oh my God, I need to stop doing this. I did it so many times in a row. It happened so many times and it sucks. I don't think that's not even what I was trading. It was something else. It was Euro odd. I think it was Euro odd. It wasn't even this. It was a sell I was thinking about. Yeah, it was this one. Yep. It was right here. So it was a 4-hour order block. News hit. It wicks the stop loss. Drops 100 pips. That's the higher time frame, but look on the smaller time frame. Made a nice sell. If you entered right here, that's 100 pips. That still actually looks pretty good, to be honest. You could probably sell that right now. If you were really looking for a trade, I would sell this right now. Why? I'm about to go to bed here soon. Sweeps this high, comes back, double the order block, wick, whatever, comes back down, blah, blah, blah. But ideally, you're not entering here with the stop loss here, take profit here. That's like 1 to 1.5. Ideally, you enter here, and then this is a 1 to 5. You want a 1 to 5 story, ideally. Anyway, guys, that's my webinar for tonight. I don't even know how long this was, but it was probably over an hour, definitely over an hour. May have been close to 2, but I think it was like, maybe like an hour and a half, hour 45, maybe. I don't even know. So I would have to check. Hopefully I can learn how to upload this to YouTube. I think I'm gonna upload this to YouTube, guys. So you'll never guess my password anyway, so it doesn't matter. If you do, just pass the challenge and just text me, bro. Like I'll literally give you a percentage of the payout if you pass it. But I mean, don't you know what I mean? Like you realize like if you try to steal my password, I also have the password. And I'm the only one that has the email. So it just wouldn't work. I check my phone every couple hours. Like you wouldn't even be able to do anything. You wouldn't be able to blow my account or something. I don't know why anyone would do that anyway. I don't think anyone would do that, but my email did show on this in my platform account. Like obviously, like I don't think I'm a target for that, but look at this, guys. I want to show you before we go. I barely hit the loss limit too. Barely hit it, dude. I actually had a really good streak for a while. But the problem is my losses are I'm not entering like my risk was $500 and I did 1,500 loss and 800 loss back to back. That's five lots instead of one. So you never like, why am I doing this? Back to back to back. That's just being stupid. Like, but I have to go back and study this. Like, obviously, I'm not ready to make 300,000 a year if I'm doing this. You know what I mean? Like, but eventually, I can learn and I can make 300,000 a year. To me, 100,000 a year doesn't excite me. It doesn't. It's good money, but it's like 300,000 is way better than 100,000. 600,000 is even better. I think I really want to be at 600,000 a year. I think that's where I want to be at 300,000 to 600,000 a year. That's my goal. I do believe it's very attainable, especially at the level of knowledge I have with when it comes to daily, weekly order flow, risk to reward ratio, risk management percentage, catching it live, like, dude, I just feel like I have the skill set, and I'm so close. Like, I literally think I'm so freaking close. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, I got this laptop now, I got a job. Like, I'm not in a rush now that I have a job also. So I guess working a job is good. It teaches you discipline, like socialization. So it's like it's good. I definitely want to have like assistants and like have like a private chef and like have a mansion. So I definitely want that because I do believe it's possible, and I feel like that would be awesome. So I don't see why not have an awesome life. I don't want to be poor. I don't like having not having money. I feel like there's no point. Also, I want my wife to work from home and just work with me. Challenge failed, whatever. Go back to my live challenge. We're in drawdown, but it's not a lot of drawdown. We can bring it down to 94. Actually, we will lose at 94, not 90. So it's a one phase, and that's the rules on this. So I can only lose 3,500 more. So I actually have to do a low lot right now, and I need to win a couple trades. So I should probably be a little bit more conservative and not take as many trades. So I should probably exit some of these. Probably focus mostly on gold, maybe take one more, maybe like a USD JPY, USD Swiss. I usually like to do whatever looks the best. I think USD Swiss and USD CAD look better than USD JPY personally. USD JPY made the biggest move though on the 1 hour than compared to the other ones. USD JPY made an insane sell. And it's already almost down to where it might buy. So it's like it's already all the way down there. So I really should probably not be in this trade. So I'm going to exit this one, break even. USD Swiss, I actually think it is a little bit better. There's a little bit more risk reward here. USD CAD also, I'm going to get rid of USD JPY. I'm going to close that break even. I'm in Euro USD buys and GPU USD buys, honestly, and I'm in gold. We'll see what happens, guys. I'm in it. It is what it is. I'm going to reset my charts. I'm probably going to go back down to, so this is 6 pairs. I haven't been able to, like GU and EU look so good that I can't even pick between them. They all look good. They all looking clean. So obviously, like the best scenario is you have a higher time frame order block that's kind of far away, and then you can play the continuation price action. That's what gold is doing right now. Play the continuation price action. And by the way, if gold does drop below this low, it's still probably going to reject here first. So it's probably going to come here. If it did drop, it would come up to here at least. You'll probably get a break even, then it'll drop. So like this is like there's such a good chance that this goes instant profit, whether it's take profit or break even. It's such a good chance. Like that it's an A+ setup. Like it doesn't mean you double lot because it's such a good chance. Like you should probably only enter good trades. I think I need to minimize. I got to figure out how to lower my number of trades and just take the best setups. Like I think I'm in too many trades and I'm in too many pairs, so I'm not as selective because I'm in too many pairs. So that's my personal what I think is going on right now because that's why I'm in drawdown. Hopefully we can win a couple trades, get this thing up, get this positive equity curve. That's not a good equity curve. Good news is I have not over leveraged at all, so that's good. As you can see, my biggest loss is 316. I think it's 316. 237, 336. Okay, 336 is my biggest loss. 333. So that's 0.3%. So it's or 0.33%, matter of fact, which means you're risking 0.33 for a loss and you're going to get 1% on the gain, which is pretty good. 10 wins, you can get that in a couple weeks. Like so. Anyway, guys, there's a couple things I obviously got to work on that I'm not fully ready, but I think I'm making progress. So good luck to you all trading out there. Hopefully, this is a benefit to you in some way. I just feel like the knowledge I have compared to the profits I'm getting into my bank are just it's such a big gap that I'm due. I'm so overdue for like not even just a nice payout, but consistent payouts. I just feel like I'm right there, but I'm like right on I'm just like so close. Like, and I've tasted profits before, so it's not like this is my first time. I've made profits before, obviously, especially with gold, and it's just like, um, You know, it's just like you gotta be consistent, you know. So, yeah, I'm gonna go to bed, guys. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna see if I can upload this though, Loki. Let's see what happens. How long has this been? Meeting has this meeting been? Does it say? Oh, does it say how long this has been? I'm gonna pause it or stop it here, guys. All right, guys, I'm gonna end it here, and hopefully, I'm gonna make my channel mostly trading, and I'll just talk about random things. I feel like I just been talking about the most random stuff, but now that I got a job and I got a laptop and I got a phone and I got Wi-Fi, about to get an apartment, I'm actually stable enough financially to actually invest into the markets once again. So there was a while where I was a little bit shaky, baby. I was not wanting to get a job, or I just couldn't keep one. I was just getting annoyed at it. I was like, I'm above this, whatever. I was getting a little bit big headed. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a little bit ahead of myself, and I just had to slow it down, baby. Had to slow it down, baby. Um. So yeah, I would probably pick my top three pairs. Maybe I'll do four pairs instead of six. Two USD XXX, two XXX USD. I got to pick between GBP and Euro, and then I got to pick between JPY, Canadian, and Swiss. So I got to pick between Canadian. So I feel like Swiss is the cleanest of all three, bro. Canadian is like Canadian is decent though, but like Switzerland, you know what I'm saying? Like Canadian, well, like JPY, low key JPY be doing random stuff sometimes. Like it just does what you wouldn't think. That's what I feel like, at least. It just does stuff you just wouldn't think would happen. And it goes like further than you think or not as far. And it's like, it just does dumb stuff. I have my sell limit set, so I'm just going to get out of the dumb trades. I'm just going to get out of all of them, guys. All of it are break even. No, I'm already in drawdown. Shit. See, this is how I lose, guys, right here. I'm in drawdown, but I'm going to hold it. So I was going to close, but now I'm going to. If I take a loss, fuck it. I'm back in with the pending order. But this is how you lose. What I'm doing right now. So don't do what I'm doing right now. Take the pending orders only. If I go more drawdown, I'm just gonna get more strict and lower lot. So it'll work out, guys. I'll eventually pass this. So and then it looks like I took a $160 win, and that's it. That's all the wins. So hopefully we win, guys. There is news tomorrow for GBP. And according to my rules, is you cannot enter or exit a trade within a 5-minute window before or after that news starts. But you can enter before 30 minutes before and then just hold and don't exit till at least 10 or 15 minutes after. And you're good. But if you exit or enter in that window, it may not count because the liquidity and stuff. So, the volatility and how it, whatever. Notice you guys can see I'm on stage 2, right? Oh, I'm not even sharing my screen anymore. Gosh dang it. Notice you guys can see I'm on stage 2, not stage 1 on this challenge. I skipped the stage 1, boy. Let's get it. I skipped the stage 1, baby. Yeah. All right. So yeah, guys, I think I'll end it here. I'm just having fun talking and listening to myself talk. Let me put my laptop on the charger, guys. Um, so hopefully I can make some money. I got my text messages right here. I don't even accidentally show something on the screen that I don't even like know that I'm showing, and it's going to show up, and I'm just like, shit. Hopefully there's nothing like that could even show up, but I think I'm going to end it here, guys. Did I already end it? Are we still recording? Oh, damn, we're still recording. Okay. I'm trying to figure this out, guys. I'm trying to figure out how long I've been recording. It doesn't say on my screen unless there's a way to see that. But my channel's Gold Gap. I'm going to go over Gold Gap. I'll probably talk about Gold Gap. Probably not. No one needs to know about that. Some people know. Only some know what that is. No one knows. All right, guys.